What is going on, y'all? It is your boy CosmosisMoans, and I'm here to show you the new Rust grow-based design that I've developed. I've done roughly 3 designs so far, and this, I would say, is the most compact and very helpful grow-based design. It is a 2x3. I like to call it the Pint because it is relatively small. Um, and it is completely utilized, all of the space. So let's go in here, we'll open up the garage door, and I will show you how this operation works. Originally it started off as a 2x2, but then once I realized that you have to utilize a lot more space in order to have all of the things that you need in the space, I realized I had to expand it to be a 2x3. I will show you the second story, which is where the magic happens, here in 1 second. But first we have to come over here and I'll show you how the electricity and hosiery works. First step in this process is we have to get these 2 pumps, which is where I usually start the design off from. You have to get these 2 pumps in a fresh water source, and to do that we are going to start off filling these up. So to do that, there is a splitter sending power to both of these, and once both of these pumps that are in fresh water are filled up, which takes about 4 minutes I believe, turn that off, and we have to send all of that water that's in these 2 pumps to a storage container. And this is a wonderful way I've utilized this 2x3. Originally, this area would have been a loot room, but once I filled up the rest of here, tweaking it and realizing how things work here specifically, I realized I need to use this for water storage. So I put 2 water containers here, and in order to get that water from the pumps that are sitting in the fresh water up there, we have to turn on 2 fluid pump and switches, which also are powered. And they have to be powered because they're going from a lower elevation to a higher elevation. Once they are filled up, you have to get them in the storage container, and then you have to move that, then the water from the storage container upstairs, which I'll show you in a sec, to the sprinklers. This next part took a little bit of finessing, but figured out how to get it to work. Originally I thought I could send the water from here directly over to these fluid switch and pumps after it's been in the storage container by just combining both of these hoses, but I found out that doesn't work for some reason by using a fluid combiner. So I did find a workaround to do that. I usually connect one hose at a time to the end here, and I will send it up there, which pretty much empties out one storage container for water at a time. So it is a little bit finagly, so I have to put that there. It's a little bit manually. I know people can do automated systems, but I kind of like this so you don't have to worry about the whole timer situation. But once the water is sent from there to here, it also has to go up to a higher elevation. So there is also power to both of these, and that one connection that is made from a hose goes up to the sprinkler system. So let me close this. I can close this. Oh, before I do that, excuse me. I guess I can show, I have to actually turn it on. as you can hear, the sprinklers upstairs are on. So, let's close that, and let's move past the third battery here and go up to where the magic happens. Currently, the main crop that I'm doing is hemp, which they're all adult here. I utilized all of the space up here, figured that out in Builder's Paradise that I can fit 5 large planter boxes up here. And it was originally an open top, but I found that players in the game were able to get up here and like mess with this stuff. So I was like, I can probably figure out how to make it an indoor grow up. So I did. And it is very nice because you can control everything like the lights, which have been on this whole time. And you can also, glad I figured this out the last grow base, is that you can use triangular floor frames on the wall in order to hold these sprinklers out. And you can fill these up before you put the plants in, and it will grow a lot faster, which I found as well. So I could actually just harvest this right now. The amount, I think the highest I've ever gotten is 35 cloth yield. So let's see. Yep, there's 40 right there. So let's harvest all of this and see what we get. You can put whatever you want. Next, I'm going to be doing berries, but I'm going to be trying to sell cloth to Bandit Camp, which I saw elsewhere as a means to collect scrap. So let's harvest this, and we will see what we have after that. Check to see. Oh, I have high qual in here. That's fine. So let's start harvesting our hemp. Usually I think they're all an average of 35 yield. Normally you'll find them out in the wild at an average of like 10 or 5. But in conditions as these, you could even add fertilizer to make them go up more, which I will get to that part next because that was something else I had to figure out. Since the grow-based design was then acclimated to having that space with the water containers, that was originally a loot area that I could just put loot and whatnot. I also had to figure out where I'm going to put a composter, and I'll show you guys that in a sec after we harvest this. So an average of 35 to 40. Let's harvest this right now before these get too old and you can't actually harvest them. So let's hold square. It'd be different for PC or Xbox. Let's see, harvest all. That was a total of 323 cloth just for that one alone. Let's continue going. Harvest all. 305 for that one. $310 for that one. $277 for that one. And then $338 for that one, for a grand total of 1,553 cloth for this grow op area. It utilizes those 5 planter boxes in order to grow 45 plants at the same time. And you can fill these planter boxes up. I have actually shotgun traps here, just in case somebody gets in through the roof or what have you. you can fill these planter boxes up before you put the plants in, like I said, for a faster growth rate. As well, there is another way to increase your yield and make them grow a little bit faster, but first I would suggest filling them up with water first from a fresh water source. I'm just going to let this run out. So let's just close this for now, and I'll show you where we put the composter. Now technically, the main part of this grow-based design is a 2x3, but something I had to figure out was how to get a composter in here. So I expanded it out with an extra airlock here, which adds security to the design. But come in here, and I put this hallway here. So then I utilize this space in order to put a composter. I put a locker here. You can do whatever you want with it, just for whatever, like if you have a fit for like going to raid, or you have a fit for going diving, or you just have a fit to go skipping around chopping up rocks. You can put a locker in here to use for all those reasons. And out here, obviously, that opens up, and I'm thinking I might utilize that area for something else here soon, but we will see as time goes on in this wipe. So, here is where the composter is. Currently has 179 in it. We've found that horse dung is what gives you the most amount of fertilizer. I think the second is meat products, including like animal meat and then human meat, which it has no use in Rust except for, you know, it just dehydrates you if you consume it. But you can throw it in here, which adds one more use to it. I think down from that, it's probably fruits and vegetables, like pumpkin and corn, and now potatoes on Rust console, which is relatively new. So, yeah, this is the 2x3 pint design, fully utilized, and you will see in the thumbnail what it looks like on the outside. Thank you guys so much for checking in on the pint. It has been your boy CosmosisMoans, and it has been a pleasure showing you the new base design. And follow along on Twitch and YouTube to see how this develops. It could be expanded, and I guess we'll see what the future holds. But so far, it has been a tank of a pint. So thank you guys for tuning in. It's your boy CosmosisMoans, and take her easy. Thank you.